Hi Sag, welcome to this reading. My name is Linda. Thanks for tuning in. What I have for you today is a relationships reading. So we're going to take a look at the energy between you and another person. It doesn't have to be only a love interest or a romantic partner. It can be anyone at all. So watch through and see if any of the comments or any of the interpretations relate to something that you're going through right now. If it doesn't, it could be that we're talking about someone you haven't met yet that might be coming into your life soon. So one more shuffle, we'll get started. This first card describes how you see yourself, how you see them, how they see themselves, how they see you. This is the energy between you, the energy that's challenging, overall energy, potential outcome. Okay, didn't expect that. The bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. All right, so Sagittarius, this is an interesting reading. You have two tens in the upright position, the two happiest tens, I would say. The Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups is about fulfillment, satisfaction, home life, happiness, contentedness, like success in all of the ways, right? Material and emotional. So you have this is Ten of Cups is in the position of the outcome, and the Ten of Pentacles is in the position of the reading where how you see them. However, there's all these other cards in the reading which are feeling pretty kind of heavy and in the reverse as well, with the Tower at the bottom of the deck. So I think that right now you might be a little bit confused about your situation with this person. You may be feeling unsure if there is a stability there or not. It feels like this other person is maybe kind of pushing you away. That's the energy I get here. They might be pushing you away, or they might be wanting more space from you and are like kind of maybe making it a little bit hard for you to communicate with them. They're seeing you as the Queen of Swords in reverse, so maybe there has been some difficult communication recently, or how should I say that? Like, I feel like they maybe have had communication from you recently that was hurtful to them. Maybe you didn't intend, maybe that wasn't on purpose. I think that there's a bit of confusion between the two of you. I think there's been a miscommunication here. I think there's been a miscommunication. And I think people are not realizing that there has been a miscommunication. I think people are in their emotional state right now, reeling a little bit from what their experience has been, but actually what they're feeling might not actually be relevant to what's actually going on, if that makes sense. I think there's a lot of love here between these two people, but maybe there's been some shocking news lately or some kind of communication from one side to the other that is making people feel some type of way. So I would say there needs to be a moment here where clarification can happen. The Six of Swords reversed in the crossing energy, I really feel like people here care about each other a lot. And there is the potential here for things to get cleared up and for them to be actually really good with this Ten of Cups in the outcome position. But I think that right now there's a lot of confusion and a lot of hurt, and people are not understanding what the other person had intended for them to understand through their communication. That could be on both sides here. And right now, I mean, the Emperor is in the middle of the reading. It's a number 4 from the Major Arcana. It's in reverse. And then you have the Four of Cups also in the reverse. So there's this energy here of things being a little topsy-turvy, a bit unstable, unsettled. There's an unsettled energy here between these two people, whoever they are. Your person is feeling quite hurt. And I'm not sure if you've said something to them, but it could be that. I feel like you might have communicated something to them because you're showing up here on their side of the reading as the Queen of Swords in reverse. So you might have said something to them that was very cold or sharp, or in some way maybe demanding, or possibly has hurt their feelings in some way. But I think you're coming from a place of not being actually very clear in what you wanted to express. And so there could be just a misinterpretation on their side, and maybe you weren't intending to say something cold or hurtful, but that's how they've taken it. And now there's a confusion. There's a very confusing energy in this reading, Sagittarius. There needs to be some clarification here. I feel like there needs to be a sit down. People need to come together and understand each other and take time to give the other person the chance to, I mean, redeem is not really the right word. I just feel like there's been some communication that did not get expressed very well. And so there's like too much emotion in this. There's so much emotion in this reading. Like emotion in the sense of confusion, negativity, uncertainty, dissatisfaction, apathy, hurt, pain, sorrow, grief, rejection, loneliness. It was all this energy, but actually the underlying, these two cards are so loud and so strong in this reading, and I feel like there is a lot of love here between these two people. There just needs to be there's like an elephant in the room that needs to be moved to the correct location, if you know what I mean. There's something big that's clouding the energy between these two people that's actually not even contextual at all to the events that are occurring between these two people. And I think just a good, solid sit-down moment and hearing each other out will help solve whatever problem there is here. Because I feel like that what people are experiencing in their own space individually is completely irrelevant to the reality of what's actually really here, if that makes sense. People need to take a step back and get a little bit of space and freedom from their initial emotional reaction to the communication or to the event or to whatever has happened here. And in time, there will be a better understanding of what everybody is actually experiencing. Because this Four of Cups, it's like people need to take a bit of space from each other, because like I said, there's a lot of confusing energy here that needs to be clarified. So I think if people have a moment first before they come together to communicate, I think individuals need to take their space and have time to process what they've experienced before they come back together. Because this Six of Swords is in the position of what challenges the connection. And I feel like people need to come back together to go over, rehash something or process something that happened in the recent past, so that they can move forward and get a better sense of where they actually really stand with each other. Because I actually don't feel a breakup energy here with this reading. I don't feel that, even though it would suggest that maybe there is some like breakup energy here. But I feel like it's more about people having made some kind of communication to the other person, and the other person didn't get at all what they were trying to say, because the person's energy in the delivery was very jumbled and muddled up and confused and maybe even delusional. To the point that this other person they miss the point entirely, and now they're feeling all kinds of things, all kinds of ways. And I don't think that's what you had intended, or vice versa, right? Messy. Now, with this Emperor in reverse, crossed by the Six of Swords in reverse, this Four of Cups in reverse, I think that this needs to be a bit of a restructuring to this dynamic. I think the connection with this person has the potential for longevity, has the potential for love and satisfaction, and has the potential for building upon. Right now, it feels like there's been a stumble, there's been a shocking maybe communication or some kind of unexpected event or something, where now people are reeling a little bit, and there's a feeling of insecurity or uncertainty about where people stand with each other. But I think there's potential here for this moment to actually catalyze individuals to have some difficult conversations and clear things up in a way that allows for a re-establishment or a re-consolidation of the energy between the two, so that it can be built upon in a much more stable and profound way. I hope this makes sense for you guys. I think there needs to be a restructure. That's what I'm feeling here. With the Tower coming out in the reading and then these 2 4s in reverse, it's like something kind of had to break down so that you guys can have a breakthrough. And I think there needs to be a restructure and a reevaluation of people's individual energies and how they kind of synergize together to create what the union is. And with that comes a better groundedness in terms of people's individual authority and power, so that there's better balance and equality here. Because I feel like there has been maybe an imbalance of power in the energy between these 2 people. Someone in this dynamic could have been more controlling, or if not one person being more controlling, then perhaps the other person has been not stepping up to their responsibilities, and so the other person has maybe had to take a little bit more on than they should, and that's what's maybe caused some imbalance here. In any case, there needs to be some really real conversations here. Perhaps after everyone's had a moment to process things. Take a bit of space. Don't take too much space for too long, because definitely something needs to be processed here. So hopefully people can, after having a moment to themselves, detach a little bit from the actual events and detach maybe slightly from their feelings and just look at actually what's really there. What are the actual topics that need to be discussed? What are the real issues that need to be addressed? And let's sit down and have a real conversation about it. Because the potential, as I said, for longevity, for stability, for happiness, for growth is all there. Just need to clear the air a little bit and get maybe a consolidation, a new foundation established, so that growth and expansion can happen from a more stable place. Sagittarius, thank you so much for watching. It's been an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.